Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 14th. And yesterday, a group of bipartisan senators announced an agreement on gun safety legislation. Now that's in the wake of several deadly mass shootings. Now the proposal includes needed mental health resources and improves school safety and support for students and helps ensure that dangerous criminals and those who are adjudicated as mentally ill can't purchase weapons. That's what the group said in an announcement. And that doesn't cover everything that's really needed in gun control legislation. But it's a start. And it's a good start because they have enough Republican senators to override a filibuster situation. Now, don't get too excited about this because this is the beginning of the exercise of getting this into bill shape, what I will call bill shape, because many of the details of the plan are still needed to be sorted out. And from my experience, it's those little details and the things that are uncovered during the detailing process that tend to hold things up. So I'm not too excited about this thing passing very quickly. And don't forget, when it gets into these details, there's the issue of maintaining support for it throughout the proposed process. And that will be a challenge because even though right now we have enough senators to get this thing moved, however, it's these little things that crop up that will cause this plan to not move forward as quickly as we would like and possibly not even get into a position where there's a major vote on it. Now, several major reforms were left out of the proposed deal, and those include some very, very important steps that have been talked about for weeks and months now, right? So one of the things that's left out is the expansion of back checks. Now, that's a tedious process in the first place, and many were against it, especially in those states where they love to sell their guns. So that has been left out of the deal. And also absent is the ban on military-style assault weapons. Now, that's a major, major feature that really needs to be in this legislation. So if we're leaving that out, this to me sounds like a piece of Mickey Mouse legislation that's going to come out of this group who's in favor of it. Because, if you leave out really major issues, then you're passing something that's worthless. So right now, I'm not very excited about this situation because if they don't ban military rifles and they don't expand the background checks, what are they really, really doing? And there will be no change in the minimum age to buy guns, which is 18 years old. Now, 18 is not that young. It's an age that you should be responsible. And I could live with if they allowed 18-year-olds to continue to buy guns. But if they continue to allow them to buy assault rifles, I don't know that I stand in favor of that. And of course, lurking in the background of all of this is that high-powered organization called the NRA, the National Rifle Association. And they have categorically come out and said that they will fight anything that prohibits their membership and the rest of the world in the United States. And they're not talking about the world. And the rest of the United States to get guns. They are standing by the Second Amendment rights for all individuals to have guns. When we know that the Second Amendment states a well-regulated militia, but nobody knows what that really means. So the National Rifle Association and probably many other gun organizations are against any changes to the gun laws. And they are a powerful lobbying group. Probably every senator that even winks at them will get a huge contribution in campaign funding. So this bill, if it gets passed, we must consider it like the first step in a long, long process. But it's really not a very powerful first step as I see it now. The only thing I could say that I think that's good about this entire thing is the mere fact that they were able to get 10 Republicans to move to the side of doing something with gun legislation. But it's kind of like a Mickey Mouse piece. It's like putting a small bandage on a huge cut, right? Where the blood is still dripping out of the sides. So I don't know if I should be happy or I should be sad about this legislation. I'll opt for the happy side because I don't want to be the voice of doom and gloom constant. So maybe this is the first of many, 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 many steps to get some gun legislation that's powerful enough to slow down the incidence of mass shooting. If we had a way to produce a sane environment right now, then that would be a good thing. So yes, there is a little movement in the direction of gun control, but it's really a very minuscule movement at this point, as the way I see it. So I'm not going to condemn it because, as I said before, we got some Republicans to shift their views a little bit. And that could be the best thing that has come out of this legislation. So I'll leave you with that this morning, with a glimmer of hope. Thank you. Bye.